Every year, golf clubs keep improving and getting better. The problem is, each and every year, golf clubs keep getting more expensive. So in today's video, we're gonna look at 6 nearly perfect golf clubs out there, and I'm gonna give you the budget alternatives that I think are just as good, but at a fraction of the price. The first club on my list is the Mizuno 243 irons. This is a stunningly good looking player's cavity back that's fully forged in Japan. It features incredible feel, maximum shot shaping ability, and supreme forgiveness for a club in this category. It comes in at a price of $1,400 for a 7 club set, which is reasonable for a club of this caliber, but I found one that comes in at less than half the cost. And you won't give up any of that performance either. Say hello to the MacGregor MT milled irons. Yes, that's the same MacGregor that has 59 majors under its belt and was at one time owned by the Golden Bear himself. At $599 for a 7 club set, these irons are simply a steal. Just like the Mizunos, these are a fully forged head that feels buttery soft at impact, frankly too good for the price. And have a look at the milling here, it's beautiful. And if you remember the Mizuno T-Zoids of yesteryear, you'll get those retro vibes immediately. On course, I loved the distance these provided. I was able to shape my shots with ease, and I found them to be every bit as forgiving as the 243s. They're truly a worthy successor to the MacGregor name, and you should absolutely have them on your short list. Next up on my list is the Miura CB302 irons. If you ask any golfer what's the best feeling club that they've ever swung, you're often going to hear the name Miura. And that's well deserved because these irons are impeccably handcrafted in Japan, not by factory workers, but by Miura-san himself, or one of his 2 sons, who hand grind each iron in every set that leaves their Himeji, Japan studio. This Miura CB302 is the Rolls-Royce of cavity back players' irons. But just like a Rolls-Royce, you'll pay a king's ransom to bag them. At $350 per club, a full 4-through pitching wedge set is going to run you just shy of $2,500. And that's before any shaft upgrades or any customization. So where can you find something on par but for considerably less? Enter the Tora Golf JCBs. That J in the name stands for Japanese, and just like Miura, these irons are forged in Himeji, Japan region, and each set is hand ground by one master craftsman. I have never felt a softer feeling iron from a direct-to-consumer brand. They are simply awe-inspiring. And what might feel best of all is that lump you'll feel in the back of your pocket when you realize that the same 4-through pitching wedge set will only run you $700. If there's one iron that changed the face of golf over the last decade, it has to be the TaylorMade P790. Single-handedly, the P790 has inspired an entire category of golf clubs, the player's distance category. It's become the best-selling category in golf shops around the world, in fact. While they look like harder to hit muscle backs, they deftly hide the technology that makes them perfect for us mere mortals. With a hollow, foam-filled cavity, mid-handicappers can look like the pros they aspire to be while hitting straighter, longer shots that find more greens. If you just can't stomach their $1,400 price tag, you'll be happy to know that there are many viable alternatives from lesser-known brands. My favorites are the Takomo 101s. For nearly a third of the price of the P790s, you'll get incredible distance forgiveness and feel in a hollow-bodied package featuring minimal batching and equally dashing good looks. KBS shafts and lambkin grips round out the equation, and once you hit them, you'll find out why they found their way into the bags of some of the biggest names here on YouTube. Ping has been perfecting the art of forgiving irons for the better part of a century now. And their new line of i530 irons is another nearly perfect player's distance iron that features a hollow body design that flies as far and as straight as anything you'll ever hit. On top of that, Ping has been focusing on improved sound and feel throughout its line, and the forged miraging steel face of the i530s will give you a very similar soft feel to its fully forged counterparts. The problem is, a full set will run you north of $1,300 for the pleasure. So if you're shopping in this category, why not have a look at the Maltby TS1 IMs? They also feature the buttery soft miraging steel face and a hollow cavity that will generate extreme ball speeds and off-center forgiveness. If you're okay with the True Temper Score shafts, a 7-club pack on Golfworks website can be had for a much more meager sum of $489. They're also pretty good looking and sounding to boot. On course, I think these clubs were the best I've hit all year. While you won't find these in retail stores, the good news is you can order a single iron off their site to give it a try. And if you do, I don't think you'll even remember that other options existed. Next on my list is the Titleist Vokey Wedge. At $189 per wedge, this is an absolute icon and certainly the most played wedges in golf by a long way. They have a great balance to them. I just love the weight on their stock True Temper shafts. These wedges feature a beautiful spin milled face. That's where the SM comes from after all. And that milling provides extra grip on the ball. Super handy if you're trying to generate maximum spin, especially as you get into the 58 and 60 degree lofts. The Vokey range comes in a variety of lofts and wedge grinds that suit various turf conditions and playing styles. But if you want to get 3 wedges for less than the price of 1, why not have a look at Costco's own Kirkland Signature V2 wedges? For $169, you're getting a 52, 56, and 60 degree wedge that in my opinion is every bit as good. Check out the milling on that face and tell me it doesn't remind you of the Vokey. In hand, the weight and balance feel similar as well. And on course, if you were blindfolded, I bet you couldn't tell the difference. There's even a left-handed version that can be had online if you have the patience to refresh the Costco website every few days. Now, what are you giving up for that? Well, there are no other lofts available. You're stuck with what Costco thinks is best for most out there. I'd prefer a 50, 54, 58 degree setup myself, but the only way to accomplish that would be to have the clubs bent a couple of degrees stronger. But if you can live with those lofts, you're going to have an incredible performer for a price your wallet will love. And guess what? The ball will never know the difference. Now, before I move on to the last club on our list, let's talk about today's sponsor, ShipSticks. No matter what club brand is your favorite, and no matter what's in your bag, if you want to get it there safe and secure and on time, use ShipSticks. If you've seen recent viral videos of baggage handlers throwing golf clubs in airplanes, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's ugly for sure, and you'll have peace of mind with our partner ShipSticks. You can save 20% with our link down below. The last nearly perfect clubs on my list are the Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke irons. There's no doubt that Callaway makes some of the best irons on planet Earth. And if you're a higher handicap looking for the perfect combination of distance and forgiveness, the Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke irons are as close to perfect as it comes. They launch super high and super far, and most folks will gain a full club's worth of distance. But if you just can't stomach $1,100 for a set of these, you've got options. The best being a club that might even outperform it, the Wilson Staff Dynapower. These are the longest and straightest irons I've ever tried on Let's Play Through, and they'll go toe-to-toe with literally anything out there in the game improvement category. And at only $700 a set, you'll still have enough left over for a brand new driver too. Well, I hope you enjoyed the list here. I hope I've shed some light on some lesser known brands or opened your eyes up to some possibilities that exist out there. There's always a way to save some money if you're willing to do a little bit of research. And if you enjoyed this list, please do hit subscribe because it does help this channel grow. I'm gonna leave a couple videos right here for you to continue the search for the perfect clubs of your own. And I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.